Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and today I have my finale and my intro for my year-long project pan. So I do this in the rolling 10 pan style, which means that I roll 10 items in and my objective is to complete them and empty them. So I think I told you guys in my inventory video that I don't have enough time to film two separate videos, so I'm going to combine them. And we do have some new roll-ins and we do have some new empties. So let me go ahead and get all my stuff together. I have my spreadsheet and my numbers and everything pulled up, and we will get into this finale, and then we will see my roll-ins and what my 10 items will be for my year-long project pan for 2025. I want to wish everyone a happy new year. I am filming this on New Year's Day, and I am actually just getting over like a stomach virus. Monday, I filmed my inventory on Monday, and then Monday night, I got really sick. And it wasn't food poisoning because my husband ate the same thing that I ate, but I got some sort of stomach bug, and I have just been down and out over the past couple days. So I'm feeling better today, feeling good about filming, and not feeling like I have to run to the restroom every 3 minutes. But if you guys have been in the situation or you guys have the crud that's going around right now, I wish you a speedy recovery. But great way to ring in the new year with a stomach virus. But I am back today. I have 3 rollouts for my finale of 2024, and then we are going to be rolling a lot of these things over into 20. Oh, I just hit my finger on my table. We're going to be rolling the rest of the items, or the majority of the items, over into 2025, and then I do have 5 items that are rolling in for 2025. So we will definitely get into the rollouts. I did want to show you guys because this came in a couple days ago, and when I filmed on Monday, we had not gotten the call yet from the vet that Malcolm's cremains were ready to pick up. So we were able to pick him up from the vet yesterday, and so I got to cradle his box and just hug him again. And it was, I think that is the other part of this grieving process, was finally getting him back and bringing him home and having him in the house again. But we got his paw print back. But the thing that came in the mail finally is this. So this was a Christmas present that my husband ordered. It is like, it's custom made by some artists, and I will link the company down below, but there's a pair of artists that run this company, and they turn your pet pictures into Disney animals, and I absolutely love it. And the one thing that I saw this, and I mean, his eyes just, that's Malcolm's puppy dog eyes, but the one thing that I didn't notice the first time I looked at this, like I was looking at it again the other day, is they actually did his little ear. So if you see that his ear is a little bit irregular over here, when Malcolm was, I think, about 4 or 5 years old, him and Simon were roughhousing, and Simon like clipped his ear. So Malcolm always had what we called a janky ear. So he had like a flap and a little like notch out of his ear. And I went back to my husband and I was like, they got his janky ear in the picture. And he goes, I know. He's like, when they sent me the proof back, I actually had them change it and put his janky ear in there because that was his like hallmark. That's how we recognized his ear profile, was because of his janky ear. So like that just, the fact that my husband like looked over the entire thing and made some suggestions to make changes to this and told them, no, you need to fix his ear. It just, that, like, I started like just bawling because I was like, I miss his velvety janky ear. We still actually, like, way high up on our wall in the living room, there's still like blood splatter from his ear, because if you've ever had a dog with an ear injury, they bleed like crazy and they shake their head, and so it looks like a scene from Dexter. But we were changing a light bulb a couple years ago, and I was like, oh, there's blood splatter up here from Malcolm's ear. So we still have remnants of him in the house, but this just makes me so happy. And I wanted to show you guys because it healed my heart a little bit. And so I love this to pieces, and I just wanted to show off my Malcolm boy. But we're gonna get some more done by these same artists for our other pups so that I can have all of them hanging on my wall, including our other pups that have previously passed. We're gonna get them done as well. But this just makes me so happy. So I wanted to share that with you guys, as I just want to sit here and hug it. But I'm going to put this to the side so it doesn't get damaged, because it is actual, like, on canvas. And then we will go over my items. Thank you to all of you who humor me as I'm working through my grief on camera, apparently. But let's go into, I have my basket of my items. And let's go over, this one has actually been in the project the entire year, and that is my e.l.f. Halo Glow. Like, we knew that this was going to be an empty, and because we were all the way down to here at the last update, and I took the stopper out, I scraped everything that I could out of here, and I used this up to completion. So as far as our numbers, last update we were at 110.92, empty we're at 108.05. So I did use it 18 times in December for 2.87 grams of use to empty this. Now my total usage, because I did start using this like in November of last year, so it took me just over a year to complete this product, 228 uses total to complete this. So this is really good bang for your buck, as far as if you use it the way that I did, which was 2 dips in, mix it in with my foundation just to give it a tad bit of glow. But very happy for this. Now, I did not repurchase this. This is my second one that I've gone through, but I did not repurchase it. I actually purchased a different product that I am rolling into this project, so we will see what that one is. My next empty, which I think I can say now with confidence that I hate panned this, and that is my Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer Makeup Grip. And so this is actually the second one that I've panned, and I don't know if I was just delusional with the first one or if it was a different formula, but this is not my favorite gripping primer. Obviously, I have a bunch of the e.l.f. Jelly Pops, so that is my holy grail. This one is almost too sticky, to where if you put on just the slightest amount too much, then you are basically going to be like tapping in your foundation, and it's going to be, how can I put this? It's almost like when you mix like flour and water and you get just like that cakiness that just is not okay. That's what I ended up getting with this. So while this is a good drugstore option for a gripping primer, I would say use it extremely in moderation. I even, like, I allowed it to dry down extra periods of time. Like, I did all the things, but I still did not like this. I think that the Jelly Pop has enough grip, but it's not so grippy that it cakes up your products. It's almost like when you put down one layer of foundation on top of this, you better not go in and try to reblend something else, because then you're going to end up with like little cakey spots of just sticky stuff. So not the biggest fan of this. Glad that it is gone. But last month we were at 21.73. Now we're at 15.25 empty. I did use this 15 times, so that is the most I've used it, I think, all year. So I really pushed to get this done and not have it roll over into 2025. So we're at I used 6.48 grams of this. I did get a total of 42 uses out of this total since starting to track it. That's not from the very beginning of the tube. That is just from me tracking it in this project. So yeah, empty, gone, not going to be a repurchase, not at all. Then another one that is not surprising, but still I'm very happy about this one, is my little eyeliner. Look at this little guy. So this is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eyeliner in Vice. And so this is our little nub that we are down to. And with comparison with the cap, it almost is to where this rim is, that's where our empty is. And basically, like, I can see the plastic. Oh, it's so small, I'm going to drop it. I can see the plastic down in there. Basically, what happens is, you get to the point where you can't sharpen it anymore. I was trying to sharpen it, and the lead just comes out of it. It's just done at that point. So very much happy with the progress on this one. Let me pull my iPad back up because it closed. Hey, Mr. Jane. Jane's in here sleeping with me. You snoozing? Yeah. So for the eyeliner, we were at 3.11 last month. Now we're at 2.91. I did use it 7 times. And again, that 7 times was really hard to use it because I was like scraping, and I don't like that feeling. But we used 0.2 grams to completely finish this. And that, of course, is the lead completely falling out of it at that point. But through tracking through this year, I used it 76 times total this year to empty this eyeliner. And of course, I will have my graphics popping up so you guys will be able to see where we started at the beginning of the year and how we ended up kind of working down on that product. But that leaves me with 6 items that are going to be my progress, but not all 6 are rolling over into 2025. I do also have my Pan That palette over here that I'll review, what that looks like now. But the next product that has been in the longest and has been in all year is my Ofra Chiclet blush that I repressed, and it's combined, all that jazz. You guys know the drill. But look at that humongous freaking pan. I was trying so hard to hit side pan, but I did not quite make it. There's just the tiniest little bridge of product over there. So, but we are well on our way. I think I said probably by our update, if I use this through January and February, we might be able to see this as a blush empty, but it is what it is with as far as not being able to use it up this year. I already used up 1 blush, which was my Benefit Dallas, so using up 2 blushes in 1 year was ambitious anyway, but I do want to get this one done and the use on this one, out of my mind and my inventory so that I can work on my blush in my 25 and 2025, which is my Hourglass Mood Exposure. So that's why I want to kind of buckle down and focus on this one for the first part of the year. With this product, we were at 36.85 last month. Now we're at 36.75. I used it 6 times for 0.1 grams. It's incredible that I'll use this 6-7 times and the little amount of movement is but I have not taken my pictures yet, so you guys will be seeing the comparison pop up, but I have not seen the comparison yet on these. But I know the pan is definitely getting bigger on this product, so very happy to keep tracking this one. I thought about just rolling this out and just like continuing to use it in the background, but I feel like I've come too far and I want the satisfaction of continuing to track it with you guys and showing you guys when this thing is done. But the next item that has been in all year long is going to be my Tarte highlighting palette, which is my Franken highlighting palette. And my goal was to, number one, hit pan on every shade and then try to use up shade number 2. But as you guys can see, we are continuing to grow those pans in this palette. I am just amazed at how well these highlighters are doing. And again, I love them. I love them to pieces. I actually thought about, like, the other day I was like, well, what am I going to do when these are gone and I have to actually go out and purchase a highlighter? Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself because I love these so much. So I did have a big pan on this one at the beginning of the year, and I ended up repressing it and then hitting another big pan. So we made lots of progress on this one, and that is real thin in there. So again, I'm going to be working on this in 2025 along with another highlighter that's in my 25 and 2025, but we're going to see how far we can get with continuing to use this highlighter palette. Last month on our weights, we were at 117.61. Now we're at 117.33. So that is a difference of 0.28. So I did my makeup like 18 times in December, and that's like the lowest highlighter usage I've had in a while. So I don't know if I was going light-handed with this or what, but still getting 0.28 grams of usage on a highlighter palette is still feels good to me. We do have the bronzer that I kind of feel like this is going to be never ending, but this is the Juvia's Place bronzer. I did, of course, depot them and stick them in the Makeup Geek compacts. But this is the warmer shade in the light duo. We have had a pan on this since the beginning of November, so I've just been working on expanding that pan. I did flip the pan around, so now I'm working on this top section right here so that I can kind of level the playing field on this bronzer. But the cool shade, it only took me 6 months to use that one up. So I'm a little confused on why this one is lasting longer and longer, but I am totally okay with this rolling in to 2025 with me. I'm not going to start on my other bronzers until this one is done. So hopefully in the first 2 months of the year, we will have a bronzer empty and I can move on to my other bronzers in my collection. But last month we were at 44.67. Now we're at 44.18. I used it 18 times, so every time I did my makeup, and used 0.49, so almost half a gram of product gone out of this one. So happy to see this, happy to see that the pan is continuing to expand. Not anywhere close to needing to repress, but we will see how I continue to do on this bronzer. I am considering repressing the blush. You guys are going to have to let me know down below what you guys think, whether or not I should just continue to use this as is, or if I should go ahead and repress this into the middle so that I have like a fresh beginning of the year kind of thing. If you guys want me to repress it, then I'll make sure to take a picture so that we have it for the comparisons for next time. But you guys let me know what you want me to do, because we still do have some thick product around the edges, so bringing it into the middle would be helpful. Next we have my foundation. So I am using the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I got the pump from Amazon. I think I usually have the pump listed down below. I think I do, but looking at the back of this, I moved the product just a little bit, but this is where we're at. So steady progress on this one. I think we only have about a month left on this one. So we will see where this is at the end of January, but we might have a foundation empty very early on in the year. And that'll make me very happy. Not that I want to see this product go because I really enjoy this, but I do have 5 foundations in my inventory right now. So I do need to kind of get working on those so that I can use up all 5 in 2025. But for our foundation, We were at 97.33 last month. We're now at 91.9. I used it 17 times, so apparently I might have used my Fenty foundation one time, or even the Tarte foundation one time, and then I used 5.43 grams of our foundation. So happy with the progress. Like I said, I got this on clearance for $10, so getting what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, getting 6 months of use out of a $10 foundation. I am very happy with that. And then I have my 2 lip products. So let's look at my ColourPop lip liner in Brink. Now you guys will see more of a difference on my graphics and my comparisons than me just holding it up, but this is where we're at. Our little mark down there is where we are going to be empty, and so this is where we're at, and steady progress from where I already marked this, so I've seen the marking, so steady progress. But this is the only lip liner that I'm currently working on, so we will see. I think I projected like April this will be done, April, May. Oh, puppies in the hallway are not happy about me locking them out of my room. I'll have to let them in a second. But we were at 6.61 last month. Now we're at 6.41, so 0.2 grams of use on this, which is less than the last couple months. So we will see what my makeup usage looks like in January. I know in December I had more days off work, mainly because, you know, I took time off when Malcolm passed. I took time off when I had the stomach virus. I actually took half of Tuesday off to just lay in bed. And then, of course, you know, there's Christmas Day, and I'm off today, but I still put makeup on. But it just seems like my makeup usage has gone down as we've gotten closer to the holiday season. So that is kind of, I'm curious about those numbers, but steady progress on that lip liner. And I was finally able to make a new mark on this dang Hourglass lipstick. So this is the Hourglass Confession lipstick in If Only. Finally able to make a new little mark, but riddle me this. So we were at 21.57 last month. We're at 21.56, so 0.01. But I was able to make a new mark. This lipstick, I'm telling you, it is going to be the death of me, but it is getting a little bit lower in there, and I think that you guys are right. You guys were saying that like the slope on it is getting steeper, and I do agree with that. I think that you guys have a keen eye to catch that, but I am still working my way down on this one. And like I said, I tried to use this as much as possible in December, even if I was putting it on, and then, which that reminds me, I need to take a picture of this look with the palette that I used, which is the Sigma Quarter Rosa. That's what's on my eyes today. But I tried to use this as much as possible. I don't know. I do not know. I have not picked out a new Pan That palette, and I don't know if that is going to be a focus for me, because I was not able to reach my goal on my No Pan Left Behind. I don't know if I also want to put extra focus on a Pan That palette where I'm trying to hit pan aggressively on one palette when I'm not meeting my goal on No Pan Left Behind. If I decide to include a Pan That palette, I might pop it into the next update, or I might attach it to my No Pan Left Behind. But I know that I was throwing around either doing like the Tarte Beauty Volume 1, since it is a nice neutral palette, but those pans are huge in that palette, or doing an Urban Decay. But again, I would be looking at like the Naked Heat, and that's a very warm tone palette. So I think that I just want to, in 2025, I want to focus on really doing the deep dive and using all the shades in my collection and figuring out what I need to do with my eyeshadow collection, because I do have quite a few older palettes, and I just messaged back with one of you guys that commented about me doing some palette deconstruction and filming that and like putting it up for you guys. So I still want to do that, but I really need to decide what I want to do with some of my older palettes. But let me show you. This popped up in my inventory when I took a picture of this, but this is my Z palette that has all my purple shades in it. And these are the shades that I'm deciding to keep from the It's My Pleasure. So I have 4 mattes and 4 shimmers that I'm keeping. I was able to hit pan on all 4 mattes, but I was not able to hit pan on these shimmers. There is one more matte in the palette that I'm going to turn into a hairline powder, and I hit pan on that one. Then there's that deep purple shimmer that I don't really like in the palette that I hit pan on that one, but I'm just going to declutter that one. I don't need a shade like that. It doesn't perform well. The fallout is crazy on it. So I'm just going to clean that pan out and keep an empty pan for myself. But this is the remaining, and I think that it goes really well with the other shades that are in here. I do have room for 3 more shades. So if you guys have an indie brand that does single shades, and in the, what are these, like the 23 millimeter, whatever size pans these are, so not the big ones. I'm sure Lethal would fit in here, but I have enough Lethal singles that I don't want to get any of those. But if you guys have an indie brand that has beautiful singles and beautiful purples, let me know down below, and I will consider getting another 3 shadows to put into here. But this palette is just beautiful. I love this so, so much. So that is what our end of Pan That palette looks like, and I'm very happy with it. I'm completely fine because Earthshine is still here, and I'm completely okay with that. So technically, I am decluttering It's My Pleasure from my inventory because I am considering this one palette its own entity. So when I have my numbers coming up with like my mid-year inventory and things like that, we will start to see some quote-unquote declutters from my eyeshadow collection when I am deconstructing things. But you guys will have to let me know about, you know, what you think about a Pan That palette, or if you really care, because I'm not an eyeshadow panner, so I don't want to focus so much on that because that's not where my focus lies, and I think that you guys know that. But that is where we're at for the end of 2024 with my project panning. Let me actually look to see how many items I was able to finish this year in this project. So 16 items I was able to finish. Oh, Natasha Denona is sending out text messages. I'm telling you, they are trying to scrape every last bit of money from us by the end of the year. But 16 items that I completely finished. A couple of those are foundations. A lot of those are lip products, bronzers, eyeliners, powders, a highlighter. I feel pretty good about how I did in 2024, but let's look at the items that are going to be in the project pan for 2025. And you guys would have seen in my panning reset video that's how I'm setting up my spreadsheets, and I also have the link to my spreadsheets in my inventory video and in that reset video. So if you guys are looking to get a little bit organized, then that is where you'll find that link to my spreadsheets. But we are keeping in Chiclet. So again, you guys let me know whether or not I should repress this or not, but keeping this in, and our starting weight is the 36.75. We are keeping in the Tarte palette, so we're going to continue to work on this. We're going to continue to work on shade 2. I think that if I can pan completely shade 2, I will end up taking my Becca Moonstone and repressing it into here, so I only have to pull out one highlighter palette throughout the year. But if I can finish this, we will repress Moonstone in here and work on that shade as well. But we're starting with the 11733 on the highlighter palette. We're going to keep our bronzer in, so this one's going to keep on rolling. 44.18 is where we are starting with our bronzer. Then let's look at, we're going to keep tracking and we're going to finish up our Estee Lauder Double Wear. So 91.90. And again, this is where we're starting on the back of this one. So like I said, probably about another month on that one. And we're going to keep in ColourPop Brink, because I always want to be panning and paying attention to my lip liners, because I feel like I am at the age where I need a lip liner because I am getting more wrinkles around my lips and I don't want my lip products to be navigating out. Again, if I ever do any sort of cosmetic anything, I would probably do a little bit of lip shaping just to kind of plump up those lines, but not end up, you know, looking like a Kardashian. But definitely I feel like I need a lip liner so my products don't navigate. So we are continuing on with Brink. So 6.41 is our starting weight on that. And now we are rolling into our new products. So I still do want to focus on my Hourglass lipstick, but I don't want to track it anymore. It'll be done when it is done. I'll either roll it into like a prompt for deck of panning, or you guys will just see this in an empty and I will celebrate and you guys can celebrate with me. But our new items that are coming in. So I do have my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I do have this in 2.5 Creme Brulee, and I have squished it all to one side, and so this is what we are looking like for this product. So it's very thin in there, like it's squished and it's thin, so I anticipate a couple months and this will be gone. This is in my 25 and 2025, so I definitely do want to focus on this and have it as an empty. I used it today because I have some spots that are healing and some dark spots that I'm still tackling. The constant struggle with hormonal acne at 40 years old, but this is going to be one of our focus items. We are rolling this in at 28.89 grams, our starting weight as of January 1. This is another thing that I will pan this until I hate it. I'm not hate panning it yet, but we could get there. And that is my Sephora 12-hour color pencil in tiramisu. I know this thing is viral and maybe I just have a bad one, but this thing is so dry. So dry. So we're starting at a good level. Let me do in comparison of the cap. So we're starting at a good level. I've used quite a bit of it, but this is also on my 25 and 2025, so I want to get this done. I do use this majority of the time for like a tight line or just a little bit of an outer wing, and so we will see what we can do with this. If it gets so dry that it's miserable me using it, then I'm going to call it, but we will see how far we can get. So we are starting at 4.55 grams on our eyeliner, and of course I will have my graphic with the length of it in my panning journal, which again, I'm a bad panner, and it's because my mind has been in so many other places. But the way that my panning journal looked whenever I did my reset video, that's how my panning journal still looks. I have not filled out anything. I have not written any of my products in there. I need to do that today so that I can go ahead and I can track the makeup that I put on today. But my brain has wanted to be in bed. My brain has wanted to be asleep. And that's what I've been giving my brain. So I do need to get on top of that. But so I do have another lip product in here, and this is going to be a doozy. This is one we're going to work on for a while. And this is my Pat McGrath. What is it? Is it just called the Pat McGrath Labs Fembot? the Matte Trance Lipstick. I'm surprised I could read that without putting on glasses. But this is in Fembot. This came in a FabFitFun a long time ago, a couple years ago. But I mean, I've used a decent amount, and I do love this color. I actually love this formula. This formula has a little bit more of like a silicone slip to it, so it's a little bit more of a hydrating matte. So I really, really love the formula. So actually, I got this in February of 2023, so this will be 2 years old in February. And again, it came in a FabFitFun, so it's probably even older than that. But I do really like this lipstick, but it has to go. It's my next oldest lipstick. These are my 2 oldest lipsticks, so they need to get used up. They need to go. So with this one, you guys will see my graphic and my marking, but we're starting at 34.52. Now, of course, I'm going to use this until we reach the plastic. Anything that I dig out from the plastic, I will melt that into a cream blush, but once it hits the plastic, that's when I'm considering this an empty. That is how I do my lip products. Now, here is the product that is replacing my e.l.f. Halo Glow, and you will see this coming up in my buys and buys for December. So this is the Say Super Glowy Gel, and this is in Star Glow. So I used up a mini of this during the summer and fell in love with the formula. So I knew that when Sephora was having their sale that I was going to pick up the full size of this. And this is absolutely gorgeous. But I will say, like, the product is inside a plastic container inside the glass container. So the product is not even in a glass container, because I don't know if I was trying to like take this off and like push the product down so I can mark it, because it's a little bit further down over here compared to like over here. So I didn't know where to mark it. I might just mark it somewhere in the middle, but I was trying to be like, oh, well, can I push the product down? Will it settle? I don't think that this product is going to be a good settler. You guys will have to tell me if you have this product, if you've used up a lot, does it settle? But like I said, one of you guys, which bless it, I am always open to constructive criticism, but one of you was like, take a shot every time Erin says but, and now I'm like so self-conscious, but also I'm able to laugh at myself, and I commented back and I was like, don't do alcohol, just do water. I am a dehydrated girly over here. Just let me drink water. So now every single time I say but, like my brain is catching it. So congratulations. Again, hey, I love it. I think that I got better at saying ums, and actually I edit out a lot of ums, but I think but do not drink every time I say it. However, I do say but and again a lot. I catch it, I know it. It's just the way that my brain processes things. So thank you for that. So tell me if this thing settles or not. We are starting out, I have not used this. This is brand new out of the box. I have not used it at all. So we are starting tracking from the very beginning, from the first pump, we are starting tracking. So our starting weight is 155.19. So I am very curious how long this will last compared to the e.l.f. Halo Glow. These are not comparable at all in formula, texture, color, nothing. These are not comparable. But I am very curious how far we can get with this. And then this other one, I just wanted to pan this one on camera for S&Gs, and it's just because I'm curious. I am rolling in, I almost said but again, I am rolling in the Kosas Cloud Set in the pink, so the candy shade. I already have quite a dent in this, and of course it does hit some hard pan, but look at the dome on this thing. Look at that big old crater. I'm I'm surprised at how quickly this has started to crater. I do use a puff, and I only use this to set my under eyes a little bit down here, like almost like the triangle that you want to brighten. And then I do use this to set my brow bone. So that's the only place that I'm using this powder. I do not use this all over my face. I'm very curious how long it'll take me to pan this under eye powder. We are starting at 77.59 grams on this. So I have already started tracking this. I've tracked it since my first use. So when this is an empty, I will be able to tell you guys exactly how many uses it took me with a puff, only setting my under eyes, to use up this powder. So that is our 10 items that are rolling in for this project. I'm very excited because there's some new things in here that it's like it's tickling my brain to be able to track these things and to see how long it takes to use them up, how many uses we get out of them per the cost. That is what I am most excited about. But that is my finale and my intro for my rolling 10 pan project pan coming out of 2024 and rolling into 2025. I am already excited to see how things progress over the first month. I'm also excited to do my finale for my 24 and 2024. I think that one is going to go up on the 10th. And then, of course, I have my buys and buys on the 14th. I have to do my roundup of my empties, and like I'll sprinkle those in somewhere, but those are kind of like extra videos for the end of the year. So I will have to maybe film those this weekend and then go scope out my recycling bin at my Ulta. But thank you, Donna, from My Makeup Obsession. She is like not a team lead, but also like a team, like she's one of the like the teachers. She goes around and teaches at the Ultas around her. So she actually gave me some great tips and the scoop about how Ulta's doing their recycling program. So thank you, Donna, for filling me in, because I kind of feel bad walking into an Ulta with like, you know, the reusable shopping bags. I'm going to have 2 of them. And I'm just going to be walking into Ulta like, here, please take my trash. But I would rather take it there than it being thrown in my regular recycling and then it possibly not getting recycled, because I want less plastic in our waterways, which would be great. So I am going to go ahead. I have to take a lot of pictures. I have to take some B-roll. I have to do my B-roll for my 24 and 2024. So I definitely have some work cut out for me for the rest of the day, but I am happy to be off work, happy to have Malcolm back in the house, happy to have his little picture over there with his janky ear, which just warms my heart so, so much. It's a good closure to 2024. But of course, as I look at my old man over there who turns 13 this month in January, and if anybody knows, 13 for a shepherd is old. So I've lost a dog every 2 years since 2018 to 2024. I don't know if that old man has 2 years in him. If he does, it'll be a freaking miracle. But I'm already that anticipatory grief, and maybe it's the grief that is coming from Malcolm because I didn't expect that. But I'm looking at my old 13-year-old man over there, and I'm worried about him. But of course, I will make sure that he is well taken care of and well loved. He is just over there dreaming. I love him to pieces. I also love you guys to pieces. You guys are absolutely fabulous. I hope that it comes across how much I appreciate you guys and how much I enjoy sharing this nerdy little side of how my brain works with my makeup and with consumerism. I'm really glad that it has connected with you guys out there. I do appreciate each and every one of you. But I'm going to encourage you guys to do all the things. Go ahead and hit a thumbs up on this video. Let me know you guys are enjoying my content. If you are lurking or if you are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free for you, but it helps me out a lot. And I kind of do this stuff. So project panning, conscious consumerism, using what you got. If I do bring things in, it's on my beauty budget, and I go over my mindset around money and purchasing. I talk about my puppy dogs, which I now have 3 German Shepherds. If you guys are brand new and finding me through my intro, I do have my 3 puppy dogs. So make sure to hang around if all of that sounds interesting to you. Of course, leave me your comments down below. Let me know about repressing. Let me know about your indie brands so I can buy some more single shadows for my purple palette. If you guys have specific shades from an indie brand that would look good with this palette, let me know. That's how I ended up with Glass Slipper and Haley's Comet, and what was another one? Oh, Rosette. That's how I ended up with these. One of you guys suggested these, and that's how I ended up with these beautiful shades. So please drop your suggestions down below. Let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know how your new year is going. And like I said, I'll drop the website of the artists that do the puppy dog pictures. I'll drop them down below. Again, no affiliation. I just want to share them because they made me cry with that picture. So I will share some beautiful artists that are making these like custom works of art for us puppy parents. So I do appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to wish you guys all a beautiful day, and I'm going to catch you in my next one.